Imagine this. Sam had always struggled with his diet. He loved junk food, chips, soda, ice cream, you name it. But Sam was trying to get healthier. He had set goals to lose weight and feel better. But every day, the temptation to indulge in his favorite foods was there, waiting for him. He'd tell himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. He knew that if he didn't learn to control these urges, he'd never make real progress. One evening, Sam found himself staring at a bag of chips on the kitchen counter. His cravings were strong, and it felt like he couldn't resist. But then he remembered something important. Overcoming temptation wasn't just about willpower. It was about self-control. And with the right mindset and strategies, he could learn to say no to temptation, even when it felt overwhelming. Here's how Sam learned to use self-control to overcome his temptations. 1. Recognize the trigger. Sam realized that the first step to controlling his temptation was identifying what triggered it. Was it stress, boredom, or was it simply the sight of junk food in front of him? By understanding his triggers, Sam could avoid or manage them better. For example, he started keeping unhealthy snacks out of sight and only buying healthier options when he went grocery shopping. 2. Create a pause before acting. Instead of acting on impulse, Sam started practicing the pause technique. When the temptation to eat junk food hit, he'd take a moment to stop and breathe. He'd ask himself, "Is this really what I want?" Or, "Will this help me reach my goals?" Giving himself a few seconds to think helped him make a more mindful decision instead of giving in to the urge immediately. 3. Set clear, realistic boundaries. Sam set clear, realistic boundaries for himself. He didn't aim for perfection, but he decided that he would allow himself a small treat once a week instead of indulging every day. By setting these boundaries, he was able to enjoy his favorite foods without feeling deprived, and he didn't have to feel guilty about it either. 4. Replace temptation with a positive alternative. Sam also found that replacing the temptation with something healthier was an effective way to stay on track. Instead of chips, he started snacking on fruit or nuts. These healthier alternatives satisfied his cravings without derailing his progress. He realized that self-control wasn't about restriction. It was about choosing better options that still made him feel good. 5. Strengthen your willpower through consistency. Sam understood that self-control is like a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. He started practicing self-control in other areas of his life, like limiting screen time or waking up earlier. By strengthening his willpower in small ways, he found that it became easier to resist temptations in the long run. 6. Visualize the benefits of saying no. Another trick Sam used was visualization. When he was tempted, he'd picture how he would feel after making a healthy choice, proud, energized, and closer to his goal. By visualizing the benefits of resisting temptation, he reminded himself that the short-term sacrifice was worth the long-term rewards. 7. Practice self-compassion. Finally, Sam learned to be kind to himself. He knew that breaking habits and overcoming temptation wasn't easy, and there would be times when he slipped up. But rather than feeling guilty or frustrated, he practiced self-compassion. He reminded himself that setbacks were part of the journey, and that each day was a new opportunity to do better. Over time, Sam found that overcoming temptation became easier. By using self-control and applying these strategies, he was able to stay focused on his goals and make healthier choices. He didn't have to fight cravings every minute of every day. He simply made a conscious effort to stay disciplined and choose what was best for him in the long run. So, if you're facing temptations, think of Sam's journey. Recognize your triggers, pause before acting, set boundaries, replace temptation with positive choices, strengthen your willpower, visualize the benefits of self-control, and practice self-compassion. Self-control might not be easy, but it's the key to overcoming temptation and building habits that last.